Welcome back to our medical system. When any new patient comes to our clinic or hospital, the receptionist starts to fill all the data about the patient through the main list. Then front office. But before, you can see the list on the left. You can also find it here as icons. So all the choices on the list, you can find them here, but as icons. Let's start. When the receptionist receives the patient, he starts to fill his file through front office. Then press on People. Then Profile. In Profile page, there are 3 sections. The first one is a Profile section, which is about patient data. Then Family Details section, which are about the patient's family member. This list related to genetic diseases in specific. Then Balance section, which contains the costs and the prices of the services. Till this moment, we didn't ask for any service, so it's empty. Let us go back to Profile section. There is a profile number, which automatically added by the system to distinguish the patients. IDN. Here, we enter the identity number. IDN type. The identity, passport, driving license, and birth certificate. We can select one of them. Then the nationality, whether Saudi or other. Then the patient's first name, his father's name, grandfather's name, and family name. Let us enter the data randomly just for clarification. For example, he is Saudi, and this is his ID number. Now, we enter his birth date. And enter the gender, the city he lives in, the address in detail, the mobile number, the phone number, then the email. Finally, the notes about the patient which added by the receptionist. Press on Save. Let's go to the top of the page. We see all the entered data. The patient's name, his identity number, his age, his phone number, and his address. We can also add a photo for him. By the way, any of the patient's data can be easily modified. Let's assume that there is an error in patient's ID number. You can click on it and modify, then save. Let us go to the bottom of the page to explain the icons. This is the Save icon, to save all the entered data. This is the Search icon. Here you can find any patient, whether from his profile number or identity number, or any information about him. If we enter the patient's ID number and click on Search, we will find all the information about the patient. The third icon shows a list of patients. If we choose any patient, all his data will appear. The same list is existed in action. Click on the People list, and you will find the patient we want. The fourth icon is Reset, to clear all the entered data about the patient. Finally, the Delete icon, to delete all the patient's file. Let's go now to Family Details. Here, we enter all the data about a member of the patient's family, either because he's associated with him in genetic diseases or to facilitate the way of contacting the patient. Here the family number, which is the family member number in the system. It's a fixed number. Then the identity number of the member. Here, select the identity type. Add the name of the family member. Then his father's name, his grandfather's name, the family name, the date of birth, then the relationship between the member and the patient. Let's assume it's his father. Then enter his marital status, his mobile number, the telephone number, and his email. Finally, the notes about the patient. You must have noticed that the input interfaces in our system are similar, which makes it easier. Once you understand one input interface, you can understand the rest. Here, the lower buttons perform the same work as well. Thus, we have explained the profile and family details. Now, let's start with balance. As you see, it's empty now. But when the patient asks for some services, everything will be shown here. This section shows us the paid and unpaid services. We will return to balance section, but after requesting some services to be clearer. This will be in the next video. See you later!